welcome to Big Beard and Friends episode 285. Listen, folks. Look, I don't know what you got going on this weekend. I don't know what you got going on in your life right now, but I do hope that whatever it is, if you're in a funk, if you're in a place, if you're in a situation, I hope that you heal, and I hope that it gets better for you because you are worth it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you're a toxic person, change it. If you're a negative person, change it. Whatever it may be, change it. I'm sorry. Sometimes I got to stop myself. It's easier said than done, I know, but we are going through these times, and nobody's going to go through it with you. We have things in our lives that we don't talk about. Also, I hope you heal from that. Tonight, I kind of want to talk about those things. And, tonight's topic is about being better, not bitter. With that being said, let's take the word bitter. When you take that word and you understand that it's what it means to be bitter, is that those feelings of anger and resentment and disappointment, all the things that come along with not good. You know what I'm saying? With the negativity. The irrespective of good and bad, I guess you'd say. Some people are very bitter. I have been, if I must be transparent, I said the word of the year. I have been one of those people. Resentment and anger, the negativity, holding grudges is one that makes us bitter. Irritability, the moodiness, mood swings, everything irritates you, no matter what it is. It's a disappointing or unfair experiences in your life that has happened that made you become that way. That a bitter person, tends to hold on to feelings of anger and resentment. Really, that's because of their past. The injustices or the mistreatment that they have been through. There's a lot of things out there that we don't understand when it comes to being bitter for that matter. But the word bitter alone, when you have that blame and lack of empathy, some people just can't cut it. Some people go through things, right? That's what we hear. Wrong. Some people, all of us have went through or will go through, or maybe perhaps you're there right now, stages of bitterness. And holding grudges, I've said, is I'm speaking from experience, one of those absolute true bitter making responses that will make you bitter. Grudges. It's hard to let go of past wrongs. Trust me, I know. I'm a transparent person. I know what's good, what's not for myself. But I often lead myself to that persistent negative, that state. That emotional state that we all get in and that we all don't like, but we've been there. Grudges, I keep saying tonight, maybe I should include that in here more, is the number one reason. But, you can have irritability where you get irritable at everything. And you have those mood swings I was talking about. Yeah, that happens a lot. You're bitter. You're constant trying, you're angry, disappointed, become easily triggered by small things. Yeah, I've been there too. I'll be lying. Sometimes it's relationships. You're bitter. That bitterness is on to a relationship from past. It's messed you up. It makes it so you almost don't want to interact with people. The alienation that we get of difficulties in our past life and personal, professional relationships, whatever it may be, that may make that person like a cynical person. Maybe they're defensive. Maybe they just don't want to be around anybody. Sometimes the disappointing, or they have an unfair experience, and they take it out on the wrong people in the future in their life. I tell you what, one for me was disappointing. I felt that I had that every time that I went in a room, every time that I had went around someone or certain thing, I felt disappointing to them. I'm a disappointment. Feeling let down by others and experiencing what you've went through, it can actually accumulate the bitterness over time, and it'll stay that way, folks. Bitterness is not... It's not a good thing. When you try to do something, you realize when things don't work, if it doesn't go your way or things don't go right, that bitterness comes from something. It manifests. But see, the lack of communication and frustration that they have more will continue to spread like wildfire. It's real. Bitterness, they may struggle. People who have bitterness, we might struggle to offer or receive empathy, making it hard to form healthy connections. You dig? It's hard to open up to somebody when you have and you do, and maybe that experience led you down to now you got to be close. Now you got to, not open up to nobody. And now you don't know what to do. You don't know if you should come back from that. It's hard to come back from that. Some of us just don't care, but some of us, once you've been shut down, once something has happened, even if other people have explanations for you, which is kind of funny, a lot of people have things they know that you should do because they know you, right? You should do this, you should do that, you should do this. Try to give advice without being mean, you dig? Somebody who is manifesting bitterness, or you see it coming, they might seem like perpetually happy or unhappy, At times they can be happy, but unhappy or cynical. They're unable to fully enjoy that positive situation or experience that they're in. A lot of the times, people don't realize what causes the bitterness. And we got to be transparent on certain things, right? I said that's my word of the year, transparency. Well, one of the root causes, it says, of bitterness is that festering anger, resentment, or disappointment over perceived hurt or unjust. It's an internal. It's an unmet expectation that has not been resolved or forgiven, leading to that negative worldview. Everywhere you go, negative. I don't like people like that. We are all negative at times, but every time you speak, somebody has to say something. or you're in the middle of explaining yourself, trying to make a point, and they have to jump in and say something? I don't care if you relate with me. I don't care if you want to agree with me. I don't care if you have your story. I don't care. That doesn't bother me, but jumping in every single time. Maybe they don't want to hear you because they don't want to change. Maybe they don't realize they're doing it. Maybe they are just bitter. Bitter's hard, folks. Being bitter, overcoming bitterness is really hard. I'll tell you this. A lot of people that don't heal, a lot of people that don't want to move on will not heal. A lot of people who are bitter know it and a lot don't. Either way, it's hard to talk about to some. But you can heal from it. You can heal from bitterness. And this is something that I can say. This is something that has helped me, has helped me. Acknowledge your pain and express your pain by writing to somebody or writing something down, talking to a trusted person. And I scratch my head there because sometimes it's hard to find that trusted person, but if you have to seek professional help, then do it. And then work on forgiving yourself and others. And forgiveness kills bitterness. If reconciliation isn't possible at all, you can understand that by practicing empathy, it makes you change. I mean, focus on your future. Positive thoughts, it says, and I know. And if you have to have mindful and spiritual practices, I was reading that it says to do that as well. Whatever it may be, acknowledge your problem. I'll tell you that. I will speak on the fact that if you forgive someone, it does something to you. You might not feel, per se, different, but you know you're different now because you forgave. But understand that forgiveness doesn't mean you have to kick it with someone again, you dig? It doesn't mean we're going to be tight again, you dig? It doesn't mean you ever want to be in the same room with that person, you dig? It doesn't mean anything to do with that person. You have now forgiven them, so now the ball's in their court. Go on, do whatever. Leave us alone, leave me alone, leave them alone. Whatever the case have you. When you have an unmet situation that you didn't think would happen and you overcome it by forgiveness, kills bitterness, which kind of leads to where we want to go, kind of leads down a road where we need to go, and that is better. You know better, you do better, you act better, you become better. That's why I said we know better. You know right from wrong. You know things are or are not right. You know when you should do better. That's what we do. We're better than that. You're better than that. Be better. Be better. That's why I said tonight's episode was better, not bitter. Don't be bitter. Let's do better. Do better for you. Do better for what you got going on in your life, for people watching, for your future, for the acknowledgement of growing and growing out of a phase. Do better. You know better. Nobody has to tell you when things are not good. Sometimes we need that, but when you want to do better, you will do better. You'll see better. See the world with different perspectives. Put on different glasses, rose-colored glasses. Just change it, whatever it may be. Do better. You are somebody, not just the bad stuff that you think you are. That's here, if anything. You shouldn't be thinking about that. You should know that you are better than bitter. Yeah, that should be a shirt, right? Be better than bitter. Something like that. I don't know. Guys, that's all I have tonight. I hope you have a fantastic Friday. I hope it's great for you. And what are those 3 words that yeah, let's do it anyway. Love, peace, chicken grease. Later, guys, and thanks for watching. See you next time.
Presentations.